We finally got the announcement that Tarkov will be wiping tomorrow, December 27th at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Usually takes about 6 hours, so we should be able to play around 8 or 9 a.m. As per usual for pre-wipe, there's a market collapse, which means all items from the traders are just dummy cheap right now, and labs is currently free to enter. Pre-wipe is always a ton of fun PvP action, but we all know that wipe is the main attraction here. So with that being said, I figured I would help you guys out and give you my blueprint on how to hit the flea market in under 20 raids and completely dominate wipe day. Before we jump into today's video, I just want to make an announcement that I'll finally be launching my Twitch channel and going live for the new wipe. So if you guys don't mind, head on down to the first link in the description, drop a follow and come hang out. This will be a great place to ask me questions related to the game or my videos. So it's that time of the year again, new wipe, new content, new grind. Every time the game wipes, it seems like it's always been a struggle for people to hit that first major milestone of unlocking the flea market at level 15. Usually it takes me anywhere from 2 to 4 days to hit level 15 depending on how much I play, but this time around I have a plan to unlock flea in less than 20 raids. Now you might be asking yourself, why is hitting the flea market such a high priority and why do you need to hit it super fast? The two main reasons why early flea market is so important is one, it helps speed up your progress and allows you to buy better gear or items needed for quests and hideout, and two, it allows you to capitalize on other players trying to do the same exact thing. A lot of players who want to get their hideout up and running quickly are going to head straight to the flea market once it's unlocked and start buying the items needed to make that happen. The problem with that, however, is that all of those items that they need are heavily inflated in price because they're in such high demand. So what exactly does that mean for you? It means that you're going to rush the flea market and capitalize on all of the people who spend tons of money on those hideout items that they need. Let me break it down like this. Everybody in Escape from Tarkov has essentially the same goals on a fresh wipe. Level up fast, hit flea market, build the hideout, and complete tasks. The reason why people want to get the hideout up and running early is because certain stations allow you to craft specific quest items that you need early game. A lot of people don't really know where to look for specific quest items, and they rely on the hideout pretty heavily to help them progress. If you're able to hit flea market on day 1 of wipe in less than 20 raids, it means you'll be able to take advantage of the insane prices of hideout items and make an absolute ton of money in the process. So now that we've covered why you want to hit the flea market as fast as possible, let's talk about how you're going to hit it as fast as possible. In order to unlock the flea market, you first have to hit level 15, and in order to hit level 15, you're gonna need roughly 161,000 total XP to do that. For a lot of people, they'll hop into raid, run around looting for a bit, maybe fight a few scavs, find a quest item or two, and either die or extract. The big problem with that is you're only gaining around 500 to 3,000 XP per raid, depending on if you survive or die. Let's say in a perfect world you survive your first 20 raids and come out of each one with about 3,000 experience points, and let's say maybe you complete 3 early quests and earn an additional 20,000 XP. After 20 raids of doing that, you're sitting around 80,000 XP, and that's only halfway to the 161k XP that you need to hit level 15. And as an added bonus, let's say each of those raids took you about 25 minutes to complete. 20 raids, 8.3 hours of your time, and not even half of the XP needed to unlock the flea market. This is exactly why it takes most players several days to unlock the flea market, and I've definitely been guilty of that in the past. So we've identified what the problems are with most people's early raid playstyles. Now let's talk about how to solve that problem. If we do a bit of math, it takes 161,139 XP needed to hit level 15, and if you divide that by 20 raids, we get the number 8,056, which is how much XP you need to get per raid in order to hit level 15 in 20 raids. Break it down a little bit further. For 15 raids you need 10,742 XP per raid, and for 10 raids you need 16,113 XP per raid. Now for most of us, we're probably not gaining 16,000 XP per raid, but overall if you include the XP you gain from early tasks, that number gets a bit more manageable. So how exactly do we earn 8 to 16k XP per raid? Number 1, survive. Surviving is single-handedly the most important thing you can do to maximize XP per raid. Not only do you earn way more XP per raid raid for surviving, but you also gain additional XP for time survived, which brings me to my next point. Number 2, stay in raids for as long as possible. The longer you stay in raid, the more XP you're going to gain. Not only does it gain you more XP, but it allows you more time in raid to be doing other things like my next point. Number 3, prioritize quests and quest items, but don't die over them. With survival being the most important aspect of gaining XP, you obviously need to prioritize when it's worth going after a quest item and when it's not. You need those quest items to progress, but dying in the process of getting them is not worth it in the long run. If you know your quest involves going into a hot spot on the map, instead of running in balls to the wall, take a step back and evaluate the situation. Think about how dangerous that area might be, are there players nearby, and how likely am I to die if I go for this right now? Which brings me to my next point. Number 4, avoid PvP at all costs. I know it's tempting to full sprint towards those shots you just heard, but I can promise you that those players have absolutely nothing that you need on them. They're running the same exact garbage gear that you have on, and it's not worth the risk of dying just to come out of raid with an extra Mosin that's worthless to you. Now, obviously, you won't be able to avoid every PvP encounter, but if you can avoid it, that will always be the best course of action. Number 5, kill every scav you see. Not only should you kill every scav you see, you should also be trying to kill them with headshots. Killing scavs is a great way to gain a ton of XP, and killing them with a headshot ensures that you get bonus XP. Number 6, loot absolutely everything. Now, when I say loot everything, I don't mean loot until your bag's full and then just extract. Every time you pick up an item, you get bonus XP for looting. You should be picking up everything you come across, even if you don't plan on keeping it. If you kill a scav, drag every single item he has into your backpack and then drop it if you don't want to keep it. If you loot a container, same thing, drag every single item into your bag and then drop it. And if you do this every single raid, you're going to add a ton of additional XP per raid. And I know it sounds boring and super grindy, but trust me, it's worth it. Number 7, hit level 2 before you even jump into a raid. By examining a few items from traders in the hideout, you can hit level 2 before you even go into your first raid. The reason why you want to do this is so you can unlock the quest from Mechanic to grab Jaeger's letter on Woods. Once you examine items and hit level 2, if you don't see the quest from Mechanic, either restart your game or hop into an online raid and leave, and you should see the quest after that. And finally, number 8 is going to be run Woods. Woods is going to be your best bet at accomplishing level 15 in under 20 raids. You can do most of the early quests on this map, and there are a ton of places that spawn loot and scavs. It's a big map, so your chances of running into players is very low, and also most players will be on other maps like customs. Obviously, you can't run Woods non-stop because some of your other quests are going to take you to different places, but run Woods as much as you can. And that's basically it. That is my blueprint on how to hit the flea market in 20 raids or less, so you can start capitalizing on other players willing to spend tons of money on hideout items. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully it helps you out in the early game grind. If you have any questions, please be sure to leave them down in the comments. Quick reminder, I'll be going live on Twitch on Wipe Day, so come by and say what's up. I'll be doing this exact strategy, and maybe I can help answer some questions you guys might have, and I hope everybody has an amazing Wipe Day.